Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now today's video is going to be a little compilation of highlights from the past couple of days, including two sets of diamonds that were side by side right at the end. So I had two diamonds on Quattro Colinas that were side by side and then two diamonds on Vrohonga that were side by side. But starting off here on Parque Fernando, I am after a little melanistic mule deer buck that I spotted. I actually spotted him as he was actually sort of walking away. I was going to shoot a really large looking mythical water buffalo, and then I spotted this guy, and I didn't have a melanistic mule deer buck, and I really wanted to get this guy more than the mythical water buffalo. And yeah, I just ended up tracking him over here to this rest zone, and then he spooked, went up this hill, so I just waited patiently for him to come back down. And yeah, it was a good way to start a little multiplayer hunt. Once again on a Parque Fernando multiplayer, I spotted a level 5 black buck that looked absolutely huge. And with that estimate of 138 to 155, he was a guaranteed diamond, and probably going to be quite a big one looking at that estimate. I had not seen a black buck that looked this big, so I wanted to try and get a better shot on him than that because I was using the 243 and I try to always get them under 150 when using the 243 just because it does lack a bit of power. So I just had to try and get around this, basically this bit of water that was in between us, whilst being able to keep him spotted. And no matter what I did, I got the cooler out and started trying to call him towards me. He just kept spooking. And the wind was not good, so I kind of just decided that I was going to chase him out of there and hopefully that he would go into one of the, because around this lake there's like several dips, and I was hoping that if he went down into one of those dips, I could wait up at the top, wait for him to calm down, and then get a shot on him. And that actually ended up working really well. So I will let you see how that played out. Yep, he was as big as I thought. This is my biggest diamond black buck by a long way, and I actually managed to get in there with that perfect double lung and heart shot. But 139 is an absolute giant black buck, just absolutely massive. So they make diamond at 132.20, and he's a 139, so well over the diamond requirement. Just a monster black buck. I'm just so pleased, and the mass of those horns just looks so cool. Even in the lodge, compared to my other ones, he just looks so huge. I then ended up joining a really low level server for Yukon Valley, and I decided that I was going to hunt bison. And I found this absolutely huge looking level 5. Now, when I initially spotted him, I could not get my recording software to work, and so I was stood there trying to get that to work. They ended up fleeing because of the wind being bad, and then it was sort of going towards the end of their drink time, so I went back to a lodge, fast travelled all the way back to the lodge, came back after changing the time, and he was drinking there calmly again. So managed to get a perfect shot because he was just stood perfectly broadside. So it ended up working really well. But I always get really excited to see that level 5 pop up on a bison because I've only ever shot 3, I believe, across Xbox and PC. So it's just always cool to see an actual max level bison. I see a lot of level 4s with the max weight estimate, and I always get excited seeing the max weight estimate. So seeing a level 5 pop up is always really cool. And when I shot him, he ended up going aggressive, so that was also cool. I love it when I shoot something and it goes aggressive, and I always try and run out to meet it. And you can see there he flopped over just a few meters away as I was running towards him. So that was really cool. And I thought when I spotted him initially that he looked big. That's why I spotted him. And yeah, those horns just looked massive, and sure enough, he was actually a diamond and not a troll. So I was really pleased to actually have a really nice diamond bison for the lodge. This is from a little Silver Ridge Peak server that I ended up joining, and just outside one of the lodges, I spotted this turkey, and he looked a lot darker than a common turkey, and I was fairly sure that he was melanistic. And I've only ever shot one melanistic turkey before, and it was a hen on Xbox. So seeing a gobbler look this dark, I was really excited. And sure enough, walking up to him, I could see that that was 100% melanistic. That is just so beautiful, seeing that those beautiful black feathers in contrast to their really colourful head. And he was actually a gold as well, which I was really hoping that he would be a gold with that smaller weight estimate. I knew that most turkeys make gold anyway, I've only seen a few silvers, but it's just really nice to get a really nice gold melanistic turkey for the lodge. On a very low level Vahonga server, I decided that I was going to come to this lake to actually check for Cape Buffalo as it was towards the end of their feed time. And I always, in almost every single map I go to or multiplayer, there's always a feed zone near this lake for Cape Buffalo. But unfortunately, there was only a few small Cape Buffalo there. And so I decided to run down to this lake and see what was going to be drinking here. And I spotted this level 5 Springbok. And I always love seeing a level 5 Springbok. They are so cool. This is not my first one by a long way. I've had quite a few on Xbox and now on PC. I think I've got 4 or 5. But they just look so cool. They're one of the small animals that look really cool. I love Springbok. I think they're just beautiful with that coloration that they have. And their horns just look awesome. So popped in quickly with the 243 and then went to pick him up. And he did look quite big to me, and I thought that he had the bigger style horns, but he was only just diamond by just a little tiny margin. So I got kind of lucky that he did actually make it, because you can see there that they make diamond at 110.70 and he's 110.80. So really only just into that diamond trophy rating. So I was really happy to have another one for the lodge. On a very, very, very low level Quattro Calinas server, I got so lucky. The session host left shortly after I joined, and one of the first animals I spotted was a level 5 mouflon, which you can see me spotting there. And I also noticed a very big set of Ibex horns, and that was also a level 5. So, quite casually, two diamond potential animals just walking. Well, the mouflon just walked right past this Ibex, they just walked right past each other. So I quickly popped the Ibex, and then I kept an eye to see where that mouflon was going so that I could get their attention and also drop him. But it's not very often you see two max level animals just that close together. It's just so cool to see two diamond potentials that close to each other. So you can see there me firing the 22 just to try and get their attention and slow them down so that I could get round, pick up that Ibex, and then move on to take a shot at that mouflon. But like I said, you never know with Mouflon. They troll quite a lot. I've had quite a few troll Mouflon, but the Basiti Ibex, and I don't know if that's pronouncing it correctly. I always try, but I can never pronounce that correctly. So I'll just say Basiti, and hopefully that's close enough, and you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, those don't tend to troll. They can make diamond at level 4, but the Mouflon I've had a few trolls of. But just seeing two level 5s that close together, it's just awesome. And I know that there's a lot of people that won't get to see two max level animals that close together and just walking right past each other. But this is the thing with low level servers is when you go to lakes and stuff that don't have any drink zones or any need zones at all, there's always good stuff. I always find good stuff. All of these animals pretty much have been on maps where there's hardly any need zones, and that's always what I look for in multiplayer because those untouched maps tend to have the best stuff. And it just goes to show that if you can go into multiplayer and look for hosts that are either quite low level and just mainly look for those maps that don't have a lot of need zones, haven't been explored fully, it basically means that most of those animals won't ever have been spotted. So animals like these two level 5s have never been seen, and that means that you can get a chance at actually getting them for yourself. And it's always just really fun. I always enjoy multiplayer because you never know what you're going to find. And see, I didn't know that I was going to come into the session and see two level 5s that close together. And it was just awesome to see. But you can see here I was desperately trying to get this Mouflon's attention to try and get him to give me a good shot here so that I could take him with the M1 as well. But he just wouldn't give me a shot where I could either see him properly or that wasn't facing away from me. So it took quite a while to actually get the shot on him. At this point, I decided that if he gave me a broadside or a front on shot, that I would just take it because I didn't want him running away into these trees and then me struggling to find him. And he gave me that front on angle, and I completely trust the M1, so I took that shot and he dropped in his tracks, which is always what I like to see. And you can see where I dropped him, and you can see here that I'm picking up the blood for the level 5 Ibex I shot, which also didn't go hardly any distance with that vital shot from the M1. Again, I love the M1, it's such a fantastic gun. But yeah, a nice little diamond Basiti Ibex. They are such a cool looking Ibex. Those horns are just huge. I really, really like them. I think these and the Rondas are probably my two favourite of the Ibex species, just because of the size of their horns. And you can see, like, I can't even fit them in the harvest screen. And I just think they look really, really cool. But to have two max level animals down that close together is something I don't get to do very often at all. And it was just so exciting to actually say, oh, there's a level 5 Mouflon. Oh, and a level 5 Ibex. And there was nothing else good in this entire session. I hunted around for quite a while after because I was session host, so I had control of the time and wherever I wanted to go. But I didn't find anything else good. So it was just pure luck that the two really good spawns that I saw at least were at the same lake. And yeah, it can just go that way. It's just pure luck with a lot of this stuff. You can grind animals out, but when it's a completely fresh server, it's just pure luck that they spawned in the same place. And then running over to this Mouflon, I could see that I got a vital shot on him. But when I got up close to him, I thought he looked smaller than my other diamond Mouflon. But I was really nicely surprised to see that he was a diamond. And this is the different fur type to the one that I already had. And I actually made a heart shot, which I didn't completely expect or plan, but I was pretty happy with that. But he was quite a decent way into the diamond estimate, so into the diamond trophy rating, I mean. And yeah, it was just nice to have another diamond Mufron for the lodge because I think they look really, really awesome. And finally, another space of time where I managed to get two diamond animals down within a few meters of each other. So, unfortunately, I didn't actually get to hit record for the first one because it was a level 4 gold wildebeest, and there was a lion in the area, and I literally took the shot as it said that he was it just came up saying he was fleeing, and I very quickly took a shot and managed to drop him. And then I looked back over here and I spotted a level 5, which I think must have been from either the same herd that had split because of the lion, or two separate herds. I can't really tell because they were in the same brush. This is the same brush where I just shot the gold one that had the max weight estimate, and I didn't expect that the gold one was anything particularly special. I just shot it because it was the only decent thing here. But it was into that max weight range, but it only maxed on the trophy estimate of 37. And I've had wildebeest that have had higher trophy estimates than that, and they have trolled. So I was like, well, I say trolled. Level 4s can't really be called a troll because they're not diamonds. They're not the max the max level like level 5s are, but you can normally have a pretty good guess. And I was kind of surprised when I picked him up and he was 37.70 and was actually a diamond. So this is my third diamond gold wildebeest and my second one on PC. But you can see there, like, his legs are in the animation. He was just starting to flee. I had no time to hit record. I had no time to do anything. So I was kind of lucky that I even got to see that level 5 because I shot this guy, and I can only think that something happened and they'd got split up, or maybe there was just two herds here. I have no idea, but they were definitely like in the same area. You can see here. This is the vital organ hit for the level 5 right here. So to have two diamonds again so close together, and it is again a really low level Rohonga server. I think the host was a really, really low level. This area had no need zones, no exploration whatsoever. So that's why I came down here to look. And like I said, I just saw that gold and thought, it'll be a decent. I thought the gold wildebeest would be a decent gold, not a diamond. The other level 5, the other gold wildebeest diamond, I should say, that I have was a level 5, and that was off my own map when I first joined onto PC from Xbox. So that was really nice to find, and then to have a level 5 right next to another diamond one, it was just really cool. So I had a couple of really nice diamonds, like really close together in the space of a couple of days, which is just the way the game goes, I guess, and really lucky. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and thank you very, very much for watching, and hopefully there will be more to come soon.